Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey, and I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. Did I get the day right? Did I guess right?
Sure.
Yeah, it looks to be Thursday. Hope you had a great hump day. I got screwed on hump day. We'll talk about that again in a minute. Jack, how you doing, man?
Oh, not bad. I almost got screwed on hump day.
A good screw or the bad screw?
Oh, the good screw.
Oh, yeah. I just got bad screwed.
Yeah, that sucks.
After we finished the show yesterday, I went and laid down, turned on my Married with Children, and it's like, I should check my Amazon account. I got bills coming up, auto pay stuff. Should make sure. And somebody's been using my Amazon account, Jack.
What?
Yeah. Luckily, we caught almost all of it. Almost all of it. I told you guys on Twitter that there were 6 charges. No. There were actually 7. 7. No, I said 4 on Twitter. There were actually 7, almost twice as many. All of them we've caught so far, except for one. Somebody got a nice kitchen set for their children. Fuckers.
Wow.
Yeah, whoever's doing it, they're just sending random stuff to random people, it looks like. There's no rhyme or reason to it. They're all being sent all over the country. Yeah, but anyway, so I talked to Amazon and they're like, yeah, we'll take care of it. We'll lock it down. I got an email saying, yes, we stopped all these orders. And then right before Lords of the Night, I checked my email because they're supposed to be getting back to me within the next 2 days. And I see that my order has been sent. I'm like, I shouldn't have any orders being sent. And sure enough, one of these goddamn things was on its way to be sent. Like, cancel. And the fucked up part is I can't even see the orders.
That's weird.
Yeah, they're archived, but I can't see them. Because she goes, did you check your archive? I'm like, yes, I fucking checked my archive. And it says, because all of there's only 3 left that haven't actually been canceled. And it says there are 3 archived items. And then it shows me nothing. I'm like, this doesn't help me. Because if I could get to them, I could just cancel them myself and no big deal. I canceled the card that was associated with it. I know it was my Amazon account because they also used another card that was on the account.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's only been orders through Amazon. So it's like, all right, no big deal. It's just, make sure I don't have any saved information and change my password and put the double, the 2-step verification on it. So, no big deal. But give me my money back, motherfucker.
Right?
Anyhow.
Did you talk to your card company and explain to them what's going on?
Oh, it's through my PayPal account.
Oh.
So if this doesn't get fixed on Amazon's side, then yeah, I have to go through them.
Oh, that sucks.
Is what it is. Sucks. But so yeah, that like, come on, man. All you got to do is cancel them. I'm telling you, give me the option to cancel them. I'll do it myself. But yeah, I can't even see it. I'm like, yes, I'll have to get you to a special team for that. I'm like, well, get me there, God damn it. But Jack, like everywhere else, they're running thin.
What, like they can't work from home?
Well, when I first saw it, Jack, they're like, if you're having this problem, call us. I'm like, call TTTTT. And you call them, and it says, due to the coronavirus, we don't have anybody taking calls. We know you understand. Have a nice day. I'm like, this isn't the kind of, it's not like this came in red and I wanted blue. This is kind of a big deal, jackasses. But I found the way to live chat with them, and it actually was pretty quick. But shit, just fix it. Just fix it. It's not that hard to do.
Every be able to do that right then and there.
Yeah. Well, I asked the lady at first, I'm like, where are these things being sent? I said, are they being sent to Michigan? And she goes, none of them are being sent to Michigan. I'm like, then none of those are real. Because all of everything, and you can check it on the account, everything from that account has been sent to Michigan. Because I don't send shit to people out of state. Oh, God. Yeah.
I never send anything to anybody.
Well, I send things down to Little Butt.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to get her a gift if I can't see her for a while. Like I feel like she needs Play-Doh today. And her mom gives me dirty looks for that when I see her sometimes. But, it's all right.
Yeah.
I'm going to spoil my grandchild. It's just how it is. Oh, she was so sweet today, Jack. The last 2 days, guys, I've spent so much time in bed, just laying in bed, trying to sleep and sleeping a little bit here and there. Today I'm laying in my bed and I was asleep, actually. And I woke up to this little finger tracing on my back. She didn't say anything. She's just touching Grandpa.
That's creepy.
Oh, you're so sweet.
No, freak me out.
She takes care of me, Jack. She makes sure I'm covered. I've told you before, she'll yell at people if I'm sleeping and they're making noise.
Yeah, that's cute.
That's my little girl, man. You don't mess with Grandpa. Have I ever told you that she doesn't call me Grandpa with the G? When she was first learning to say it, she said it with a C, and she's just always said it that way. Now, she says grandma properly, and she can say grandpa, but I'm not grandpa. I am crampa. And it's kind of weird because it's kind of like a cramp.
Yeah.
And maybe that's because of how I walk. He looks like he's got a bad cramp. But yeah, that's I'm her grandpa, man. And you don't mess with grandpa. Oh, anyway. So yeah, that was my day. And sorry for those of you who've heard this story now for the third time, but it's really pissing me off. All you gotta do is cancel my order. Why can't I see my orders? It went through my account. Why can't I see that?
It's a secret.
It's not like they used my card on some other account. That I would be like, I would understand that if they're like, sorry, that's not your account. You'll have to fill out a form. Because I've worked with finance before, Jack, and that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I'd be like, that sucks, but okay, send me the form. No, this is on my goddamn account. Let me see what happened, you shitbags. Anyhow, let's do some news breakdown, shall we?
Here's a news flash. I got to touch boobies, and it was nice.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Were they good boobies?
Yeah, they were nice. They were nice. Still pretty firm.
Cool. I don't want to be crude or anything, so I'm not going to ask any more questions than that. I'm a gentleman.
Yeah, I'm really not. But hey, that's life.
Oh, I don't know what this is. I'll have to read that later. Somebody arguing with me on Twitter. I know who that is, and I forget your name in here, but I'll have to read that in a little bit and argue with you later. I think it's probably about abortion, and I'm not doing that right now. Abortion people are mad, Jack, because Planned Parenthood didn't get any money in the stimulus. And I've been making jokes about it since because it's funny. It's funny to me because Planned Parenthood is actually out there whining. Let me bring up theirs. Guys, don't worry. We'll get into the Matt Jarbo stuff here in a little bit. Believe me, we're going to get into that shit. But where's my hanger joke? There it is. This is their full tweet. While the Senate stimulus plan provides some much needed resources for those impacted by COVID-19, the Trump administration and Republican leadership are once again, that's all in caps, exploiting a public health crisis to target sexual and reproductive health care. And then it goes on to say this: where the stimulus plan falls short for our healthcare communities, expands the discriminatory Hyde Amendment. The Hyde Amendment simply says that you can't use federal funding for abortions. I'm not sure how that's discriminatory.
Because it doesn't let you murder babies. I don't know.
Oh, I think I figured it out. Who has the most abortions?
Black people?
Yes. So they can't murder black people, so it's discriminatory.
Oh, it's discriminatory against the Klan.
Yes.
Oh.
Do you think their vacuum has a hood on it? Oh, anyway.
Probably.
Allows SBA discretion to deny Planned Parenthood new nonprofit loans. Now, this is where they got creative and were able to keep Planned Parenthood out. Gamer Valine, thank you. It's me not sure if there's much to argue, just hardline stuff. And again, I will take a look at it when I can. And thank you. I knew the name, and sorry, my brain doesn't always connect like it should. I would have remembered eventually, but thank you for the donation. So what they did, Jack, is nonprofits can get some money out of this, right? But they're treating them like a conglomerate. So all of the different Planned Parenthoods count together, and together they're too big to get help. Oops. Yeah, it's kind of funny. And then finally, they said drastically underfunds resources needed to protect our elections. Now, I want to go back to what they said. Once again, exploiting a public health crisis to target sexual and reproductive health care. And they're doing this by drastically underfunding resources needed to protect our elections. What? Are people fucking in the election booth?
If they're lucky.
I've never seen it. I mean, I suppose it happens because we're Americans and we fuck everywhere. But he goes on to say, GOP leadership from the White House to Congress to the states have made it abundantly clear they'll continue to cater to anti-abortion extremists while threatening healthcare access for millions. We deserve better for our health communities and democracy. Okay, all right. We're in a healthcare crisis. And you want to vacuum babies out. You're not opening your clinics to people who are suffering from this disease. You're wanting to continue as usual. That's why they're mad about the places who have said you're not essential health care.
They're not.
They're not. They're not. Oh, anyhow. We talked a lot about that yesterday, so I don't want to go into it too much today, but God, that was, they're losing their shit. I just love that somehow elections are involved with your reproductive health care, guys. I mean, maybe if you're like, well, we're not going to be able to elect people who support abortion. All right, maybe. But I feel like that's not what they're really mad about.
No, it's not like there's a coat hanger shortage.
I know, there's plenty of them. And yes, it's harder to get that plastic one in there.
Yeah, it doesn't bend as well.
But figure it out, man. That thing stretches. We're going to get in trouble for that, Jack. We're still we're just out of the first 10 minutes, so I guess we'll be all right.
Man, we've been in nothing but trouble for weeks now.
I know, man. It's what we do. We're good at it, man. We're good at it. So Matt Jarbo dropped a video today.
Was it too heavy for him?
I didn't know about it until we were on Lords of the Night, and somebody had asked about us if we'd seen it. I'm like, no. And Scribbles mentioned that he had seen it, but I didn't really know what it was about, other than it was called Trump's Body Count.
Did you watch it and tell Satsu what to think about it?
I haven't told him what to think yet.
Oh no! How's he gonna know what to think?
I'll have to send him an email. It's dumb. Like dumb.
Hold on, let me imagine that shock that I'm gonna feel.
These stretches that are, man, the amount of mental gymnastics to make this work. So here's what it's about.
Wait, gymnastics? Really, monkey? Really? Is that the word you want to use in this situation?
Gamer Valine, thank you. I have a lot of wire hangers, and the hanger clinic is around my house. The shop vac is an add-on. Bidding begins at $500. Thank you for the donation. It's about Trump's body count, specifically the guy who drank the fish tank cleaner or ate it or however he ingested it. I still haven't been told how he ingested
said they ate a spoonful of it.
Is that what it was? So liquid?
No, it's like the little rocks and shit. They just
so like a crack spoon.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Either way, they they ingested this fish tank stuff. It was a man and a woman. The woman has some seriously fucked up things going on with her body, and her husband has even worse fucked up things because his body stopped working completely. He died. Terry, thank you. Is the video 5 seconds long where Matt just says Trump has one body?
We don't know about the Trump clone army officially yet. There's been no proof to that, but it would be awesome. I'd laugh.
It's actually, 10 minutes long, I think? It is 10 minutes and 9 seconds.
Oh, somebody went for the algorithm.
Yeah, I'll throw a link into chat here, guys. I've been going back and forth on whether or not I wanted to actually watch this thing on the stream.
Well, because of the flaggings.
Well, there's that. But luckily, I know how to stay within my bounds. I don't want to take anybody out of context, you know.
I understand.
And I mean that sincerely. I don't want somebody to come, you didn't say what he actually said. So there's that part of it. And plus there's the part of like, you guys will not believe what this motherfucker said. So you know what? I think I've come down on the side of we're gonna watch it. We're not watching the whole thing.
Thank God.
He starts out by telling us that he's just got back from his shift and that he's sitting there thinking about the things he thinks about. That's only a slight paraphrase.
Is he on the passenger side?
No, I don't think so. Because that's the steering wheel right at the bottom.
Oh, it's just mirrored.
Can you guys hear that? Hang on, let me
talk about what I want to talk about. So when we talk about Trump's body count,
could you hear that okay?
Yeah.
Chat, how is that? I want to make sure they can hear it. I don't know if there's any way I can turn it up. But here we go.
Why is it black and white?
He started doing that.
Oh, I guess he's getting bolder with his techniques.
God damn it. Frank says clear. And Rama says he can hear it. Yeah, we're getting okay. Everybody can hear it. All right. Here, when you start talking about Trump's body count, that's what he just said.
What we are talking about, outside of all of the people who have died in the United States as a result of Trump kind of fumbling his way through this, acting like it's not a big deal in the early stages back in January, which he...
You mean when he like banned all the flights from China and shit?
You know that actually happened in January. It was January 31st.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Trump was downplaying it a bit.
Yeah, but that's kind of what the government does in an emergency. They have to keep people calm so they don't freak out. And then, all right, this is not a huge deal. We got it all under control.
You also have to go by what we knew at the time. What we knew at the time is just that this was an outbreak in China. And like, we're probably okay.
Yeah, and it wasn't a big deal for us.
No.
And we don't live in China. We're not their neighbors.
This is a full month before it was declared a pandemic.
Yeah.
But anyway, bad Trump because he didn't freak out immediately.
He did. The other day he came out and he made a claim on Twitter that if you mix two drugs together, that it can actually act as a treatment to the coronavirus.
Now, I don't know what tweet he's talking about. I'll be honest, I didn't see it. Johnny Hellcat, thank you. LOL shift. He means an Uber Eats driver. It's true. I'll give it. That's a shift. That's a job. I don't discourage any jobs, man. But I highly doubt that Donald Trump's tweet said, if you guys go out and get some chloroquine and mix it with azithromycin, which is what the mixture was, that you can treat your own coronavirus.
Yeah, he didn't tell anyone to self-medicate. That's very disingenuous.
Now, there is one doctor out of New York who has been running a test on a sample size of about 200 people in a town of 35,000 that he treats, where this particular...
The size of the town has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, that's irrelevant.
Completely irrelevant point. He's treating about 200 people. That's a decent sized trial. For a beginning trial, that is a decent sized trial.
Yeah, plus there are other people testing this as well.
Yeah.
In other countries. This isn't just one person doing this.
And the reason people even know about this is because Trump was taken so vastly out of context and blamed for, what was it they say, playing doctor? The people came out and go, no, this is real. There's people testing it.
Particular combination with zinc is actually also, like, it is showing treatment signs, and that is a good thing, and that should be looked at, monitored, and studied by medical professionals.
Again, I'm going to say this a lot during this video, Jack. Trump never told you to go out there and make this shit yourself.
No, nobody should be a backyard chemist. That's called drug dealing.
He didn't tell you to go all Breaking Bad on this shit.
In this particular situation, Trump, in his narcissistic mindset, came on out and started tweeting and talking about this potential cure.
In his narcissistic mindset. Do you think that's why he did it?
I'm pretty sure telling people there might be a cure is to reassure them that we're working toward progress and that we have made progress and there might be hope.
No,
and not to be like all Debbie Downers.
No, Jack, it's just because he's a narcissist. He's just so into himself that he came out and told you to eat fish cleaner.
Nobody told you to eat fish cleaner, you fucking retards. Oh my God, this is so aggravating. This is Trump derangement syndrome 101. You're angry because you don't like him because Hillary didn't win. I'm sorry. Boo-hoo.
Somebody said it's cutting out a little bit. The video's not as important, so we'll turn the quality down. Hopefully it comes through better. Johnny Hellcat, thank you. Whoever told him the black and white filter is slimming lied. Oh.
True story.
Yeah, so it's going to get a little bit
spicy.
Blurry. But no, it's blurry, but hopefully the audio is what matters here, guys.
Okay, so let me help the audience here. This is not Bigfoot footage. This is MundaneMatt videos.
He's not wrong, you guys. Okay, yeah, that's from earlier. Here we go.
Or this potential treatment. Chloroquine, I'm probably gonna mispronounce it. And another drug. I can't think of the names off the top of my head.
Azithromycin.
I don't have it written down. I'm terrible.
I don't have it written down either.
But a 68-year-old man and his wife in Arizona.
Okay, I want to point that out because there's oftentimes I forget stuff, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
But when we're in the middle of something like this, and I'm talking about it and trying to, explain things to people so they understand, and here's what's actually happening, I do my best to not just ramble off bullshit that I don't know. And I'll tell you right off, I don't know this, instead of, speaking about it. Terry, thank you so much. In Trump's defense, the guy who died will now never get infected with the virus. Treatment worked, if you ask me. Well, since they were using it as a preventative measure, you're wrong. You're not wrong. He never got coronavirus.
True, and he didn't have it to begin with. So,
yeah,
crisis averted.
Scared, understandably scared. Ingested what they believed was this drug.
There is no fuck you. They did not think they were taking a fucking prescription from a fucking doctor.
No, they took something that had part of the contents in it, and that's much different. You don't just grab stuff off the shelf and start ingesting it. You know what? There's a lot of things in my household that have water in them. That doesn't mean I drink them because they're probably poisonous.
Well, here's the thing. Let's say there's two people, Jack. Both of them get gonorrhea, which can be treated with penicillin, right?
Yes.
So person A goes to their doctor and gets penicillin. They come home and person B goes, oh, that cures this, and takes it. But they're allergic. You can take something even in the pill. You don't take medicine that's not fucking prescribed to you.
Yeah, it's
and
just
you
dumb.
certainly don't make up your own fucking medicine.
Yeah, if anything, these people were killed by their own stupidity and the media fear-mongering.
Thank you, Havoc, who said this is what's called Darwinism at its finest. The case in general, yes. What we're watching here is Trump derangement syndrome at its finest.
And it killed the husband, and it hurt the wife. Now, truth of the matter is, this wasn't something that was prescribed to them. This is something that...
Ding, 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 the end.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be? Right there?
That should have been the end right there. It wasn't prescribed. It was some fish antibiotic that also cleans algae. Yep. In what world do you think that's acceptable for you to be taking? That's stupid. That's like people taking ketamine. That's a horse tranquilizer. You're going to die.
Yeah. You don't take shit. Oh, fuck.
That they found in their cabinet. It actually was fish tank cleaner. That was, also had the name chloroquine on there. And they thought that was what Trump was talking about because they had listened to the president. They had put their faith and their trust and their loyalty into the president. And they are so afraid of contracting this virus that does have a higher mortality rate for those who are elderly that they took it upon themselves to self-medicate. And in the process,
go ahead.
He made it sound like Trump told them to take fish cleaner.
Oh, he gets into explaining that in a little bit. Real quick, Cult of Krill, thank you. Oh, wow, thank you. Holy shit, that is very, very kind of you. McDane McHoreface is the ultimate piece of shit. Imagine making Jeff, the 360-degree camera guy, look reasonable. Fuck you, Matt, you piece of shit, you damned retard. Thank you. That is very, very generous. And two,
yeah.
Based on this video, I wish I could disagree. And Gamer Valine, thank you. In a Facebook argument about Arizona not under stay-at-home, 4 to 6 million population in Phoenix metro and lower spread. Grew out, not up, yet people demand lockdown. Constitutional carry, but wants the government to control movement. Genius. I'm not a fan of lockdown. I think pushing, hey, guys, you should probably stay at home. And, we're going to... Even the businesses closing, Jack, I'm not a big fan of that, but I understand,
Yeah.
This is a unique situation and it's not one that's going to last. And this is why I tell you guys, pay attention to what Congress is doing, because they're the ones who they will to fix this. We need to take away this right from you forever. So that's where I get worried, man.
Everything should have an expiration date.
Yep. Especially those who take fish cleaner.
Ended one of their lives and forever destroyed a family. Now, that is their own action. That is their personal responsibility. And that is what they have to live with. That
again, the end.
Yeah, he's contradicting himself because his derangement syndrome keeps letting him overlook that fact. It's their personal responsibility that did this.
It's as I watch this, all I could think is this is somebody who probably came out immediately. And I don't follow Matt, so I don't know what the fuck he said. But it seems to me like somebody who came out and argued this immediately and then like, no, he took fish cleaner. And so they tried to make it that way anyway. This is like searching for an argument that isn't actually there. Nico, thank you. Didn't the buffet end days ago? I'm not sure which buffet we're talking about. But okay, so far he's told us this wasn't prescribed and this is entirely their responsibility, right?
Wife has to now live with that. Okay. And I'm not going to say anything other than that on that front. Like that is exactly the facts. She has.
Then that's the end of the whole fucking argument.
Yeah. He admits they made the choice to do this and it's their fault. The end. That's all there is to it. Yes, people make rash decisions when they're scared and kind of dumb and don't read labels that say do not eat. I don't understand how this is Trump's fault. This is clickbait nonsense on his part.
Oh, wait. He's got an argument, Jack.
Has to live with it. But when you think about Trump, and when you think about the words he says as the president of the United States, as the leader of the free world, and it was meant to be a beacon of hope and trust and honesty and straightforwardness and
Time out. Over on Streamlabs, thank you, Fish Cleaner, who says Matt is a retard. Oh, sorry. Matt is a fucking retard. Thank you, Fish Cleaner. This is a good time to remind you. We're brought to you by you. If you enjoy what you're watching, please hit the like button. Please share. And please throw shekels at my man Jack here. I'm too poor to pay him. I should get an Uber Eats job so I can pay you.
Nah, I don't want you to do extra work.
directiveness and decisiveness. He said this, and people believed him.
Did you catch that one line in there about the president who's supposed to be a beacon of hope
and change?
How many times have we said this is what Trump was doing? He's offering hope that we're working on something, that something is showing some kind of what's the word I'm looking for here? Some kind of effect on this thing.
But what Trump did was inspire hope. And yeah, people believed him because these drugs are working. He didn't say go eat fucking fish cleaner. Nobody said that. Nobody on earth in any provable way told these retards to go eat this stuff. They found something on a shelf and was like, do, and then they ate it and died. That's natural selection.
Even worse than that, Trump didn't even tell you to go out and take this stuff.
No, this is like people that go pet lions at the zoo.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. You tried to do something insanely stupid. No one tried to stop you because you're stupid and you're probably surrounded by other stupid people, and you had a consequence. What the hell is so hard to grasp about this? People need to take some responsibility. The president is not your daddy. He's not your babysitter. He's not your retard wrangler. Grow the fuck up. I may be a little angry.
No, don't worry. You'll get more so as we watch a little bit more of this.
They have over this virus, which is an absolute thing to fear and to be prepared for. They took this act, and I think Trump is responsible.
Okay, let's review. It was the people's fault. Nobody told them to do this. But he thinks Trump is responsible.
I still don't understand how.
I do. I think Trump is responsible. Now, I'm not saying like lock him up or nothing like that. We're talking on a moral issue here. Not.
I think he's morally responsible, but for manslaughter is what you're saying. That would be manslaughter.
In no way is Trump morally responsible for giving people hope and some idiot not listening to them.
Thank you, Johnny Hellcat, who says, Jack, the correct term is tard farmer.
Sorry, they change these things all the time. I'm used to retard wrangler. It's been a while. My bad.
Not a legal issue. All right, because there is still the personal responsibility of the person who ingested this and died as a result. I want to make that abundantly clear. But I think morally speaking, this is definitely a Trump body count situation. Because how many people?
Because I'm a fucking Trump hater and everything has to be him. That's what that is.
Pretty much. And Assassin points out then Obama is responsible for 14,000 people that died from the swine flu.
Yeah. I've seen the numbers 12,000, but potato. Yeah.
People out there looked at him as being the God Emperor, looked at him as being the beacon of light in the darkness, the person to trust implicitly above all else, the one who evangelicals claim to be anointed by God to lead this country to a brighter tomorrow.
Let's say all that's true, that people look at Trump in that manner. It still falls back to the fact that even with Trump saying that this drug is showing some promise, he didn't tell you to go take it on your own.
There are people out there that are like that.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just he's trying to associate all Trump followers as being mindless, stupid drones. because he doesn't like Trump.
On all political fronts. That when they're scared, they do something stupid. Go back to that quote Tommy Lee Jones said.
Cod says, why the fuck are you in my recommended? Because YouTube apparently likes you. Or are you talking about Matt? Because I can't tell.
In Men in Black, right? A person is smart, but people are dumb. I'm paraphrasing, but it's true. When you start to get scared, you do not think things through properly.
Oh, God, you're even fucking this part up.
How is that Trump's fault that people make rash, stupid decisions? I don't understand this at all. How is he drawing these connections?
Well, here's the other part about that, though. That line is talking about how people react as a group.
Yeah.
Now, if an entire group of people all took this shit, then that line would be fucking relevant. When you're talking about two idiots who did it.
Yeah, this is not a pitchfork mob trying to kill the monster or burn a witch or anything. This is two retards that do not understand that you're not supposed to eat fish tank cleaner.
That specifically says not for human ingestion.
Yeah, it says it on all those packs. People have been posting the images all over for the past 2 days.
And when the person you look to is having the answers, the person you look to that you elected to have the answers, to be the one in charge, makes dumb claims like that, it ends up being a problem, and this is a consequence of that. And Trump absolutely positively needs to come out and say that he was wrong in saying that, or to clarify his point, or to make a statement, do not ingest this unless it is prescribed by a doctor. This is something that we cannot allow to happen. I want to make abundantly clear, this is where we are. But he's not.
What?
Trump needs to come out and tell people, do not take things that you were not prescribed by a doctor.
Trump is not your dad.
Or your doctor.
Yeah. Right. He never said take this stuff.
No. Cult of Krill over on the Streamlabs. Thank you so much. If this beta cuck fat cunt face was kind of smart, he would have extra chromosomes. This was the part, Jack, that I was waiting for. Trump needs to come out and acknowledge this guy, or he needs to come out and tell you not to take this stuff without a prescription.
He also said that Trump has to say that he was wrong for no. Yes. This drug does work, but what they took was not the drug. He's trying to conflate them as the same thing, and fish tank cleaner and fish antibiotics are not the same as people drugs because there's other stuff in there. Fucking idiot. These are not the same things. It's a false equivalence.
Peter says, I'm telling you, Ranting Monkey, it was the media telling people the drug Trump was talking about was in fish cleaner. I believe you. And from what I've heard, again, I have not checked this myself. She says that's where she learned about it. Either way, it doesn't matter. Whether they're telling you it's in there or not, I doubt even the newspaper's like, hey, you can go bake your own chloroquine tablets.
Yeah, don't go out and make your own meth lab for chloroquine. That's retarded.
Do that, and a lot of his supporters are not going to hold his feet to the fire as a result of that, because they want to look at this as a way of trying to score, I don't know, political points, internet points, cool kid points, whatever, instead of holding this man accountable for the dumb things that he has said, and actually now having caused someone to believe him enough to ingest fish tank cleaner.
What?
Thank you, Gamer Valine. Daddy Trump, can I feed this guy bleach? Fuck.
Trump says dumb shit all the time. This wasn't one of them. If you focus on something he actually did, Matt, this is not it. This is not something he told people to do. He said, we're looking at this drug as a possible treatment. He didn't say, eat this shit.
I'm wondering, look, Matt has already admitted the relevant points of this. Trump didn't say to do this. Nobody told these people to do it. They did it all on their own.
Yeah.
Those are the relevant facts. But somehow Trump's supporters are supposed to hold Trump's feet to the fire and hold him responsible for something he was not responsible for.
This is very much like, hypothetically speaking, somebody threw a big rock off an overpass and killed someone.
Mm-hmm.
And we can all blame Matt because he spoke about rocks one time.
Yeah.
That's absolutely asinine. They're not related incidents. Somebody heard a word and they saw it on a bottle and they ate it. That's their own dumbass fault. He admitted that.
Yeah. That was the opening part of his thing is all he needed. He could have stopped this after, what was it, 3 minutes by the time he got to that point?
Yeah.
I think we were, maybe it was 2 minutes. I forget. But that's it. This is all. I'm not going to pretend it's anything else. However, I am going to tell you how it's still Trump's fault and why you're an asshole if you don't believe it. Because I say so. Donald Trump did not tell anybody to take this shit. He didn't even tell people who were prescribed it to fucking take it.
I think it's ridiculous that people aren't being more upset about this. And here's the thing. If you have quacks on the internet like Jilly Juice, Dr. Oz,
for this
all
part.
these people that promote these special miracle cures, right? Alex Jones is talking about his silver toothpaste is a good way to like stop from the virus, right? The FDA, the Pentagon and the FDA have approved of this, right? The Pentagon comes in and uses this. No, the Attorney General of New York sent a cease and desist to Alex Jones because he's peddling fake shit, right?
Alex Jones is actually trying to sell that. Donald Trump wasn't trying to sell it. Jilly Juice, that chick, she's selling that fucking nasty cabbage water. Yeah, Donald Trump doesn't have a Trump's chloroquine.com where you can go pick this shit up.
Yeah, what does Alex Jones have to do with this? Because he hawks snake oil or some shit? Trump wasn't selling anything. I don't understand.
Well, when you're, again, I told you, man, this is the stretches in this fucking video will make your head hurt. See, this is a distraction. This is, hey, look, there are people out there who peddle snake oil. So obviously, Orange Man bad.
Right. Silver Solution coming in from televised evangelicals is being mocked and being attacked also. I think there's a lawsuit filed against them for saying Silver Solution can stop the coronavirus. If we are going to hold those snake oil salesmen accountable.
Stop. Trump didn't say this would stop it. He said that it's showing promise that it may be a preventative and it may work to cure it. May. He didn't say it would. And he also isn't selling it himself, you dumb motherfucker. Sorry.
No, you're good.
For things that they say, why don't we also do the same for Donald Trump?
Because they didn't say the same things, you silly son of a bitch.
Oh, but he hates Donald Trump. Orange Man is bad, monkey. Orange Man is bad.
Can you not see how somebody saying, take this, buy it from me and take it, it's going to save you, is different than the president saying, this is showing promise in trials?
No, Orange Man is bad, monkey. Everything he says, bad. I'm angry because Orange Man is bad.
Adebisi says, I think it's pronounced chloroquine. I believe it is, and I say quine all the time. I can't. I said it that way the first time, and it's just stuck in my head. So I will try my best to say chloroquine. But Adebisi, you're lucky I know how to pronounce your name.
He is our goddamned president, is he not? Should he not be held accountable for this specific situation?
No.
For things that he says.
No.
In a moment of crisis, in a moment of panic. And I think that is entirely fair to ask that. Nay, demand that of an elected official.
I say thee nay!
Nay! There was was it a state congressman, a congressman? I can't remember. Who was telling people that if you blew a blow dryer up your nose, it could cure coronavirus. That's absolutely true. And he had to come out and apologize for it. Yeah. That guy you can hold responsible. Donald Trump didn't tell anybody to do this. That's what this boils down to. I'm done with this shit. Fuck this guy. I did throw the link in earlier. Is this still? the link I have active. Yeah, if you guys want to watch the rest of it, there's like 3 minutes to go of this stupid shit. But we're repeating ourselves because that it's the only real answer here. Trump didn't tell you to take anything. These two idiots were fucking idiots. That's what happened. The difference between Alex Jones and Donald Trump is Donald Trump wasn't peddling this shit and telling you it's going to cure you. There's a major difference there. And if you can't see that, you don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. And oh God, I was so annoyed. I was so fucking annoyed watching that earlier. I'm like, oh.
That's understandable. He's drawing connections where there aren't any, and he's being very, very disingenuous and misleading.
It's just such crap, man. That's why I said this seems like somebody who jumped on the Trump killed somebody, and then they found out what actually happened. And like, I still got to make it so it's his fault. I can't understand any other way that this happens where you admit from the outset what really did happen, and then still try to draw this connection.
It's I don't know if it's virtue signaling or if it's Trump derangement syndrome, but it's pretty shameless to blame somebody for something they didn't do. If you make a mistake, that's one thing. Correct yourself and move on. But it's pretty obvious Trump had nothing to do with this. There's plenty of things you can legitimately call him out on. This is not one of them.
No. And Cult of Krill, again, over on the Streamlabs. Thank you so much, sir, who says, imagine MundaneMatt demanding anything of you. Yeah.
It's Frank Hubbard's birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Frank Hubbard. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, sir. I believe he's 34 is what he told us on the game stream. So yes, happy birthday.
He's requested that we move into womanizing and fun conspiracy theories.
We'll get there soon. Adabisi, thank you so much. He says there's a reason I can't call myself an MD. Because I can pronounce your name. No, I'm just fucking with you. To me, this is as bad as any of the other conspiracy bullshit we see with this. Trying to paint the president as you're painting him as a murderer. That's what you're trying to do. Look, he's got the blood on his hands, you guys. No, he doesn't. Not only that, his hands were nowhere near it. A moron did something stupid.
Yeah, it's not like he drone striked a bunch of Americans or anything.
Mm-hmm. No, then we could look the other way and it'd be fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Nothing to see here.
Now, there's a part, I think it's in the next couple of seconds that I stopped it there, where he actually says, I don't want to hear any whataboutism. He actually says that.
He's been doing through the whole video?
What's that?
Like he was doing through the entire video?
Well, my thought there was, can I use what about the fact that Trump had nothing to do with it?
That is a hate fact, good sir, because Orange Man bad is a law.
I don't want to hear any whataboutism about Obama or whatever Obama might have done, because that was then. That was a different time.
We were different people back then.
All right. How about we just deal with the facts as you yourself presented them at the beginning of the fucking video, tard? All right.
So how long do you think before he strikes us?
Oh, I'm soon.
It'd be a minute now.
I want to take a vote in chat. Is Matt just clickbaiting? That's one. Clickbaiting for one. TDS for two. Which one is it? And three if you think it's a combination. Because I'm torn on this. When I first saw the title, I'm like, oh, this is clickbaity as fuck. And then I watched it and I was like, he seems like he actually believes it.
I think he does believe it.
There's lots of twos and threes. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it started as clickbait, but his derangement kicked in and it went full retard real fast.
You know, you just said it a moment ago. There's lots of stuff you can hate about Trump.
Yeah,
there really is. He could have stayed on the part about if he wanted to, I would disagree with him still. But if you want to say, Trump didn't act fast enough. All right, fine. Make your argument there. But the Trump, the Trump, the God Emperor, the God Emperor. He said that repeatedly in there. This is our God Emperor. No, it's your fucking president, douche.
Never heard a Trump supporter say that, by the way.
The president giving a press conference updating the people on what's going on, including things that are being done in medical trials, is a good thing. The next 6 minutes, thank you so much. Who says, Monkey and BCR, hey guys, high fives and fist bumps. Back at you, my friend.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, people joke the God Emperor thing, but I've never actually heard someone say he's the God Emperor in any kind of seriousness.
I have never heard anybody use it that way. Now, I do know that there are evangelicals who think he was, the one picked by God to be president.
Yeah, that's
but if you believe in a preordained future that's chosen by God, you have to believe that.
Yeah,
Obama was as well. I mean,
yeah, but he would be like Goot just said in chat. He's God employed.
There you go. But yeah, the hatred. For fuck's sake, man, you don't have to like the guy, but don't try to blame a death that he had nothing to do with on him.
Yeah, that's pretty shameless.
Yeah, it's disgusting is what it is. It's
yeah.
Oh man. I wasn't expecting to watch that tonight, Jack.
Well, life keeps you guessing sometimes.
Yeah. Not always in a good way.
Yeah.
I hope it gets you the clicks you wanted, Matt. Oddly enough, the comments aren't that harsh. There's a couple that are a little harsh, but it's got a horrible ratio on it. What was it like 50 some likes to 200 dislikes when I saw it earlier tonight? But yeah, the comments, I was surprised by the comments that they were as nice as they were.
Well, yeah, Faithless pointed out he might be deleting them.
That's fair. It could be. And
a lot of his critics are probably hidden or blocked.
Fuck. Over on the Streamlabs. Let me bring it up here because it's already off the screen. Thank you, MundaneMatt, who says, I am the result of dozens of San Francisco abortions. Trump is a bad man. Thank you, Matt. That's very kind of you. Yeah. James Woods made it back onto Twitter today.
I saw that. I'm glad to see him back.
Me too. James is the one time didn't he get banned the first time that his big ban for misgendering someone? Some stupid shit like that.
Something like that.
His one yesterday was because he showed a picture of Andrew Gillum in the hotel room. A news photo. It's not like he had snuck in and stole some film from him under the cover of night. He posted a fucking photo that was in. Was it the Independent? I forget which London paper it popped up in first. But yeah, he's back and causing trouble. If you guys don't follow James Woods, you really should. He's funny as shit.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
He's very conservative, so if you're not, then you might not like it. I returned to Twitter after 24 hours, and a Bronx bartender is now in charge of Congress. AOC warns she may force House members to return for stimulus vote. What did I say yesterday?
That's exactly what you said.
Did I not call this shit? Here's the deal with that, guys. The Senate, did they actually pass theirs? I can't remember if they did or not. They had agreed to a bill to where we'll get our $1,200, everyone. Gamer Valine, thank you so much. It was me. I stole the photo, sold it to the UK. Don't tell them on Twitter. They'll kick you off. So the House still has to approve the measure, and Nancy Pelosi wants to do it basically by it's kind of a voice vote. It's called unanimous consent. They don't generally use this for important bills. In fact, I don't think they've ever done it historically. But she doesn't want to make all the House members come back to Washington. that's probably a good idea. I don't understand why they all left though. That's, I mean, if any of them is infected, you're just spreading it around the country, literally.
Yeah.
Should have kept your ass in Washington and done your job. But anyway, so what they're going to do is unanimous consent, which as long as nobody objects, and literally nobody, then it just passes. And all it takes is one person to say no. And then they all have to fly back to Washington and actually take a vote. A vote that's still likely to pass. That's the funny part of it. Because they can do this, object to unanimous consent, but chances are it's still going to pass. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the high-profile freshman from New York, another year, they're not going to be able to say that.
Yeah, she'll be a sophomore.
Is leaving open the option of forcing House members to return to Congress to cast a vote on the to Washington, to cast a vote on the $2 trillion stimulus package barreling through Congress. The New York Democrat has expressed her frustration with reports the stimulus deal, suggesting it's too tilted towards corporations. Gutenberg, my friend, thank you so much. Who says, fuck yeah. I can't do it like he does, but there you go. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. On Wednesday, Ocasio-Cortez told CNN she's not ruling out asking for a recorded vote, which would force lawmakers to return to Washington and vote in person, something that most members of Congress were eager to avoid amid the coronavirus pandemic. Now,
do you think when she's a junior congressman, she's going to look forward to prom?
Probably. She probably thinks there is one. She's looking forward to people to stop flushing her head in the toilet. Cortez said she hasn't seen the final bill text, but yes, I'm open to asking for a recorded vote if necessary. One, it wouldn't be necessary if you were the only one objecting. Let's be real here. But two, Miss Cortez, let's say you call all these people back and they all have to go into that chamber to take the vote. And one of them has corona and sneezes. What'd you just did?
You mean like Rand Paul?
He's a senator, but yes, that's a good example.
Yeah, I mean, you get
the Senate chamber and he sneezed in there.
Yeah,
I mean, all it takes is there's 400 members of Congress, most of them elderly. You're going to kill off half of Congress. And then MundaneMatt's going to make a video about how it's not your fault.
How it's all Trump's fault.
It's all Trump's fault. He told you to vote on a bill. I'll
be right back.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about yesterday, though, guys, that all it takes is one of them. And my first guess was AOC. I can see Ilhan doing it, although she seems to be keeping her head down during this. I can see Tlaib doing it. I can see that in a minute. Tlaib, or however you say her goddamn name. Yeah, that's our government, you guys. Let's bring everybody back to take a vote that's still going to pass. Faithless says Presley. Presley tends to keep her head down anyway, while she sometimes will get with the squad and cause issues. She's more in line with Pelosi than the other three are. And she doesn't go out of her way to make a stink the way the other three do. So I could see her just going, all right, Nancy told me to do this. I like having my job. I'd like the DNC to support me going further. Cult of Krill, thank you so very much. AOC is the MundaneMatt of Congress, but dumber. Watching this woman when she decides to think, oof. James Colley says Presley equals Ringo. You're not lying. She really is. Gutenberg says, later, check. I don't know. Is check leaving? See you later. Check your logic. Fucking AOC. I might bring everybody back to have a vote for things that I don't want. They still stuck in some of the provisions. I should bring that up. Senate Coronavirus bill. Senate passes $2 trillion bill to blunt coronavirus pandemic. The economic impact facing one of the worst. Blah blah blah. Where? Give me the. Oh, it passed 96-0. Damn, that's a lot different than the basically 50-50 votes we were having. It needed a 60% yes to pass. So even earlier in the week, when Sunday was the first vote, the procedural vote that was blocked, that was like 50-50. It was pretty much down partisan lines. And if you're wondering why it's 96-0 when we have 100 senators, 4 of them are in quarantine. Either, I don't think they've all tested positive, like Rand Paul has it. Senator Cruz had been exposed to it. I forget the others, but yeah, so there's some of them who weren't there. But I want to find somebody. It's got to be in this fucking thing somewhere. The bill would extend $1,200 to most American adults and $500 for children, create a $500 billion lending program for businesses, cities, and states, and establish a $367 billion employee retention fund for small businesses. It would direct $130 billion to hospitals and provide 4 months of expanded unemployment insurance, among other things. I want to see the other things, because what we read earlier tonight, I was trying to remember what it was. But yeah, they added in some of the stuff that Pelosi wanted. Nothing major. We didn't get the airlines having to go with fuel standards or the $15 an hour nonsense. But they snuck in a little bit of shit for her as well. It hasn't already been 14 for Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz went into a second quarantine. He'd gone in. The first time he was doing it, it was going to be 4 days, and then he realized that he'd been exposed again, so it was another 4 days or 14 days. Yeah. But I saw Bernie Sanders today. Bernie Sanders. Let me, because I know I tweeted that out. Where's it at? This is a Democrat who's really likes Bernie. And this is Bernie talking about the stimulus bill, specifically the portion of it that goes to that unemployment insurance.
That this bill does, which is right, is it says, okay, we are in the midst of a horrific crisis, unprecedented in modern American history.
Indeed.
So not only are you going to get your regular unemployment benefits, we're going to add another $600 a week to it.
Which it does. If you're getting unemployment. Now, this part I haven't seen, if that's a flat 600 if you're on unemployment, or if it's like unemployment itself based on what you've been making.
And now I find that some of my Republican colleagues are very distressed. They're very upset that somebody who's making 10, 12 bucks an hour might end up with a paycheck for 4 months more than they received last week. Oh my God, the universe is collapsing.
He's being a little hyperbolic there, but there is a question of why. I mean, unemployment insurance, unemployment itself. There is a question about why we would need to raise it, especially beyond a certain point. But let's hear Bernie out.
Imagine that. Somebody who's making 12 bucks an hour, now like the rest of us, faces an unprecedented economic crisis with the $600 on top of their regular unemployment check, might be making a few bucks more for 4 months. Oh my word, will the universe survive?
I like how he talks about us. How many of you are in the same financial situation as Bernie here? And if so, please hit up my Streamlabs.
How absurd and wrong is that? What?
Now wait for it. This is the reason we're watching it. This next 15 seconds.
Kind of value system is that? Meanwhile, these very same folks had no problem a couple of years ago voting for $1 trillion in tax breaks for billionaires and large profitable corporations. Not a problem. Other thing.
Now, if you're like, why would Monkey show that? What would Monkey have a problem with there? Well, here it is. This shows a problem Democrats have in general, especially shitbags like Bernie. They do not understand the difference between giving people money and taking people's money, letting them keep their money. You will often hear tax breaks for the rich. They gave tax breaks to the rich. They gave them a bunch of money. Gave them their own money. That when you say they gave tax breaks to the rich and that they gave them a windfall, what you're saying is you let them keep their own money. Now, I'm not opposed to helping the economy right now. I'm really not. This is when you should do it. We shouldn't be doing it all year long like we have been. And we discussed this yesterday. That's why we have $20 trillion plus of debt. That's why this package will scare people because, Jesus, can we afford that? We'll still have to pay for this eventually. So I'm not opposed to that. But I am tired of this fucking notion that welfare and tax cuts are in any way the same. They're not. One is giving people money. It's giving it to them. Unemployment is somebody paying you for not having a job, for getting fired, for getting laid off. And again, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it is somebody giving you money. A tax cut is somebody saying you can keep your money. Those are entirely different things. And it's fucking disgusting that people keep trying to conflate them, keep trying to pretend they're the same fucking thing. And it just made me laugh when I watched this, and this fucking liberal piece of douche shit tweeted out there. What was it he said in it? Here's Bernie Sanders pointing out the absurdity of Republicans clutching pearls over workers making a few extra bucks. Workers making a few extra bucks from coronavirus bill when they had no problem with $1 trillion tax cuts for the wealthy in 2017. Well, yeah, one of them is letting people keep their money, and the other one is giving people who aren't working, you shithead, money. You know, the money that you're taking from those other people. But don't pay attention. Don't pay attention to the minor details like that. Look, all of that money, those billionaires, that's ours. It's not really theirs. We should be able to tell them how much they get to have of it. Fucking asshole, man. Watch next. They'll be calling for raising taxes. We're going to have to raise taxes. This $2 trillion bill is going to hurt. We're going to have to pay for it. We're getting to a point where our debt is ridiculously high. We're paying way too much of our federal budget is huge to begin with. It's way too big. And a big chunk of it is just interest on our debt. It's getting out of hand. And we're adding $2 trillion to it. That's got to be paid for. And look, you're not just going to do it on the backs of trillionaires, on the backs of billionaires. It's going to have to be probably across the board. And the only real way we can fix this, and I'm being honest with you, the only real way we can fix our debt problem is to stop spending so much. We need to get our spending under what's coming in. That's how you fix.
No, that's not how spending works, Monkey. You run around like a teenager with a credit card.
Yeah, which is what we do way too often. And again, if we didn't do that all the time, this crisis right now, this $2 trillion would be nothing.
Yeah.
You could do $4 trillion. It'd be no big deal.
But that's not how it works.
No, we're $20 trillion in the hole.
No, because they act like a bunch of drunken sailors with a credit card.
They act like Gutenberg when he's drunk on Amazon.
Well, that's anyone drunk on Amazon. Real quick, thank you, Bearcock, for the donation. Sorry I'm late getting to it. Another worst part about dropping $7,000 to prepare to quarantine back in early January. Now that the time has come to quarantine, my job's listed as essential, so I don't get to.
Oh.
That sucks.
I'm happy you're prepared anyway.
Yeah.
And that you have a job.
Yeah. Hopefully you don't get anything funky from people, because that blows.
Yeah. Stay safe out there. Joe Lockhart. Wasn't he a congressman for a while?
I remember somebody named Lockhart in politics.
Maybe he worked for Clinton. A host of WMM podcast, CNN political analyst, communications for Clinton White House. Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Facebook, NFL founder, GPG, I love Hoya B-ball, and some other crap in his fucking bio. This is what this fucking retard said. Listen to it, guys. Listen. Another day and another day at Real Donald Trump has not left the White House to see firsthand what's going on in the country. No visits to see first responders or ER docs or nurses. No visit to a small business that's repurposing to help the cause. King in the ivory tower.
Really? What do you want him to do? Get out and do some chest compressions on people? He's not a doctor.
Or get sick?
Yeah, he'll get sick doing that. He'll be around a bunch of sick people. That's the worst place for him to be.
Faithless, yeah, quarantine, idiot. I mean, here's the thing. When we have a natural disaster, a hurricane, tornadoes rip through a big part of the country, that kind of stuff, the president goes out there and he meets with people and glad hands, and there's a nice photo op for him. That's not what this is.
Oh, this is significantly different.
And there's a real danger of bringing the president's entourage with him, because even if it's just the president, there's going to be a decent-sized Secret Service detail with him.
Yeah, plus like his media people. There's going to be like a dozen other people that are part of his team.
Gamer Valine, thank you so much. I want to know how much Intel paid to be essential. You won't be able to buy computers due to telecommuters, but you can build one. Well, luckily I know how to build them, so I'm good. I can, believe it or not, I can see why Intel is considered essential. With the way we have telecommunications and everything right now. It may be a stretch based on whatever it is they're doing there at Intel, but I was on GameStop's side. If they're selling keyboards and mice and headsets and stuff, I'm on their side. That they should have been allowed to stay open. But so Donald Trump doesn't need to be gallivanting around the country meeting with doctors and first responders who are dealing with corona patients, you silly son of a bitch.
Yeah, this is somebody that wants Trump to get corona.
Yeah.
And fuck that. No, we can't have the leader of our country down with the sickness, as the kids would say.
Yeah, and that suggestion, I knew what he was going for as soon as as soon as I started reading it. Yeah. Presidents, if they don't go to disaster areas, they get a lot of shit. You gotta fly down to Katrina hit areas of Louisiana. You know, you're just wrong here, dumbass.
If he doesn't shake hands with lepers, he's a bad person.
And then the last one that I had in my tweets, at least, was Mark Fisher, who is a senior editor at the Washington Post. And this one just made me laugh. This is his tweet. Scott McMillan, Scott McMillan, a 56-year-old lawyer, tweeted that it's more vital to revive the economy than to save people who are not productive, like the elderly and infirm. So I called his parents.
Because I'm a narc.
A 56-year-old man, you called his mommy on him.
Yeah.
And bragged about it.
Bragged about being a tattletale that like an 8-year-old would be shamed for.
I threw the tweet in there because there is an article that's linked to it, and it talks about how this guy got so much shit for it, and which You know what? If you disagree with that, too bad, but it's a legitimate opinion to have. And the argument, at least what's made in the article, I never saw the original tweet, but it's in there, I think, but I skipped over it because I was reading the damn story. The argument that maybe we shouldn't close everything down because a few people might die, the good of the few versus the good of the many argument. Yeah. That's a legitimate argument that's been going on since time began. You called his mom. You called his fucking mom.
Yeah, his mom's probably, in her 70s or 80s, doesn't know what the hell's going on, and some rando starts calling her. What the fuck, man? Grow up. You want to debate the guy's ideas? Do that. Don't call his mommy like a little bitch.
See, guys, I'm serious when I call myself a journalist. I'm at least a better journalist than these people. This is a senior editor for the Washington fucking Post who called somebody's mom over a tweet. You got issues, man.
Yeah, some seriously deep-rooted psychological stuff you should probably see somebody about. What a child. I had a candy bar before dinner. Like I said in my tweet about it. You want to tell my mom?
Yes.
My mom would hang up on this asshole.
You're not a journalist. You are alive. P-Dog says he's headed to work, said supply chain got a supply. I appreciate what you do, man. Tell all the folks working with you that you don't have to use my name, but say Ranting Monkey appreciates what you do. Everybody who's still keeping the supply chains going, because you got truckers, you have the warehouse workers, you have the stockers, all of these people who are involved in making sure what little toilet paper you can get makes it to the shelf, or the things that you order make it to the shelf or to your door. Same with the doctors and nurses, man. I can't imagine what that job's like right now. Can you imagine being scared that, look, it's got to be scary to be a doctor in general. There's a great episode of Scrubs where JD accidentally gets stuck with a needle and he may end up with a really horrible virus or disease. And it's all about doctors being scared of being sick. Yeah. I couldn't do that. As much as I would love to help people, I couldn't do that. I don't have the fortitude for it.
I don't like germs, so
the rest of it I could deal with. It's just that constant fear that I might. Oh, what do you have? I'm going to need you to stand over there.
Yeah, go to the corner.
Don't pull that out in my office, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I can handle the blood. It's the other gross shit. No.
Cirque says stocking shit right now. I appreciate you. I really do. The stuff that makes our country run and go on an everyday basis is amazing. We don't thank people enough, but right now, especially, man, fuck.
Yeah, exactly. And people are doing their best, man. They're out there working for low wages, doing the hard work.
Yeah. So thank you for all you do. All of you people out there.
Hell yeah.
I'm sitting in my basement perfectly safe. And I got a delivery from Amazon today for Little Butt's birthday. The other one comes in Saturday. Nice. She'll be happy. I'm sure she's not listening. So she's getting Disney Legos.
Oh,
those are expensive.
Fuck yeah, they are.
Luckily, a few people were very kind in donating specifically for that. So thank you guys. Oh, by the way, you bought somebody a nice kitchen set. Did I tell you how much that fucking kitchen set was that somebody got?
No, it was like $100.
Yes. Yeah. It was like $107. I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind?
Those things aren't cheap. People used to steal them from Kmart and bring them over to the store I worked at and return them.
Oh, yeah.
And we weren't a Kmart. You know how the Kmart used to have the printed stickers on there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, you got this at Kmart, dude. Get out.
Walmart is hiring temporary employees for 15 an hour. I heard that. They were looking to hire up to 150,000 new workers.
Wow.
Look, Stocking shelves takes time, man. I've had to work both jobs 16 days straight now. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. I hope you get rest soon.
Yeah,
get
that
rest.
sucks.
And what little time off you guys are getting, make sure you enjoy it. Now, there's a ton of us out here bitching that we have too much time. I'm only doing it jokingly because I've gotten used to it at this point. But a lot of people, I don't know what to do with myself. I understand you, but there's also people out there like, I wish I could sleep for just a minute. So
Yeah.
we all have our own cross to bear, Jack.
That's true. Some people just put more work into theirs.
Right. I just turn on the mic and start talking.
That's okay.
And yawning. Sorry.
Some days for you, that's work because you're sore.
Oh, dude, it has been the last few. Faithless says all the grocery stores have now hiring signs up. I'm not shocked, man. And I'm not shocked if there's not people taking them up on it.
Yeah. Well, some people don't want to risk it. And I understand that, you know.
Texas said, did you hear about all the sewer backups because people are using things other than TP? Yeah. There's these things called flushable wipes, and they're beautiful. They're wonderful things, although they leave your butthole wet. I'm not gonna tell you how I know that.
But we all know how you know.
But don't flush those things because they tend to cause clogs. They're flushable, they're biodegradable, but they're not built for the sewer systems we have.
Yeah.
And there's these pictures out there. You can look them up. I forget what they call them because there's actually a name for it. But sewer guys have to go in there and just pull out these massive piles of this crap.
Yeah, it's disgusting. And it doesn't do your septic tank any good either if you have one of those.
Yeah, see, I have septic. That's why we don't flush that kind of stuff. You flush toilet paper. That's it. People are using T-shirts. Ew.
Well,
there's those natural people.
But don't flush that.
Well, there's the Enviro people. They don't flush. They have like little rags next to their toilet, and they put them into this plastic bag, and then they wash them like once a week.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Gross.
Can't imagine what undoing that bag smells like each time.
Right? Do they have their poop knife next to where they keep the rags?
But yeah, we read a story. I think it was 3 days ago, maybe Saturday even. There's a big problem right now. It's not just with flushable wipes, though. People are flushing diapers.
What?
I want to know how the fuck they got them down.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
I mean, you got to work at that. Just fucking throw in the trash like you're supposed to. Let it go ruin a landfill like God intended.
Right?
Oh, my goodness. Guys, don't forget we're brought to you by you. Hit that like button. Hit the share button. And if you can, toss some shekels at my man Jack here. He's a good friend and shows up just because he's as bored as I am.
So
the main reason I've been working so much is because of Collins over being worried about coronavirus, man. I mentioned earlier, I miss working. I really do, but I wouldn't miss that right now.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It sucks that you have to do the work of extra people like that.
Yep.
But hopefully your paycheck will be nice and you don't get sick.
Yeah, I think it was Kyler told us on a game stream that Kyler, correct me if I'm wrong if this wasn't you, that they've just announced that some car manufacturers, I forget which one, but one of them that he works for is going to be shutting down through April. But he said he worked like 21 days straight or something like that beforehand, so he has a nice little cushion going on.
Oh, good.
Those checks are always nice. When you're earning them, they suck, but they're always nice. My very first vacation I ever had at the shop, I worked 20 out of 21 days before my week-long vacation. And by the time I got to my week-long vacation, the first 2 days, I was fucking useless, man.
Yeah.
Kyler says all three of them. Yeah, the big three all shut down. So
I'm not surprised.
Neither am I. And hopefully people were smart about it.
Yeah.
But Jack, this is a great time for our government to start pushing things you and I have talked about many times. How about teaching people to save money? Teaching people not to spend every dollar they have. Bernie likes to tell us, Most Americans couldn't afford a $400 emergency. All right. What have you done to help educate people about not spending every damn dime they have? Yes, some people have to because they're living that lean. But a lot of people aren't living that lean. A lot of people could afford to save up $10 here and $20 there. That would be a good thing to push right now. Like, hey, guys, in this crisis, maybe notice how much less you're spending not going to Starbucks every day. I don't think they'll do that because they want everybody to get back out there and spend money.
Yeah, but it's a good time to try and save a little bit of money for the next emergency. I mean, this will probably, if we're lucky, this will abate as summer progresses. But in the fall, we got to worry about it all over again.
Yeah.
Plan now.
Now, I've seen two different thoughts on this. One that, Kyler says his plant supplies all three of the big three. Damn, that sucks, man. But good. I'm glad to hear you got that cushion, and I hope it's back before it wears out, man.
Yeah.
Shit, I forgot what I was talking about. I miss my brain. But no, guys, while you're out there, pay attention to how much you're not spending. I'm not telling you don't go to Starbucks. I'm not telling you don't eat out. You should do those things. Maybe not every day. But what you should do, and listen to me here, it's gonna hurt at first. Save up a little money first. Put that away in the bank. And then start going back to your normal fucking spending habits. Because, it's just a good idea. And that way Bunny doesn't have to worry about you so much.
Yeah. It can't hurt to have a few dollars saved back for an emergency.
It's been calculated that if you buy lunch every day, you are spending $2,000 a year on average. And yeah, look, some of that is still going to have to be spent because you still have to make or eat. But you can spend that at home for a lot less. Yeah.
You can pack your lunch.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that it's at least $2,000. I'd be willing to bet the average person spends more than that.
Oh, sure. If you're buying the cheapest value meal you can get,
Yeah.
But this is a good time to teach people that again. And again, not to tell them not to ever go buy anything again.
It'd be a good idea to tell people to have some stuff on hand for the next crisis, because so many people went out and just panic bought stuff. They didn't do any rhyme or reason. Be like, look, have a couple weeks worth of food on hand in case of a disaster. And that's just good planning anyway. You never know when something's going to happen.
I think I usually spend around $200 or less, or around $200 a month on food. For a single person, that sounds about right to me. Look, if it was just me, I could probably live off a couple of super chats.
You would probably be living at the bottom of a staircase if it was just you. I
would be. That's just science. But because I have a beautiful wife and like to eat, that's our thing is dinner each night. We have dinner together and usually watch a TV show or something, and then we go our separate ways again.
James said, # not the boss of me.
You'll be fine. Mr. Dykes, yeah, that's another thing. This is a good time to people learn to cook, learn to fix things.
Yeah.
You don't have to know how to completely rewire your house, but you should know how to change a fucking light bulb. There's people who don't know how to change light bulbs, Jack.
I know that. I find that appalling. Over on the Streamlabs at BC, thank you for the donation. Instead of gender studies and forcing musical studies, why not teach vehicle repair, taxes, blah, blah, blah. Exactly. Teach something useful. Hey, yeah. Hi, Undoomed.
Undoomed, my friend, how are you? He says, how many days of food do you have at home? Quite a bit. I told people when this was first happening, I have enough food in my house if all three of my children, my son-in-law, my son's girlfriend, I don't know if they're together, and my grandchildren all moved home, we'd be probably set for a month.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it that way for me. I bought it that way in case they had to come home.
I usually have at least 2 weeks on hand at any given time. I probably have close to a month right now. Plus, deer run through my backyard, so I'd be good for another month.
Well, if you're talking about normally how much would I have, definitely not that much. Usually probably 3 weeks tops. But with this, we've been slowly building up anyway. And then there was the one shopping trip, which was actually probably smaller than any shopping trip I've ever taken with my children before. But it was like I said, soups and noodles and lots of dry goods, lots of stuff that'll last.
Yeah, I re-upped my supplies in January when we first started talking about this, because I knew this was gonna hit our shores at some point. So,
Mr. Undoom, feel no obligation, but you do have a link if you'd like to hang out with us tonight, my friend. I didn't need you to tell me to live below my means. I can go lower if I must. Kyler, that's a good skill to have. Living below your means is a skill.
You'd be surprised how many people don't do that. They live right at their means or above.
Well, when we hear about the paycheck to paycheck thing, there are people who have to do that because they're only getting enough to pay their light bill, their rent, their car payment, and feed them and their kids. But there's a lot of people who squander a shit ton of money.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've all been there, but it's just a matter of learning to try and control that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This would be a great time to teach people that. Like, look, while you're at home, you just how about read this? But again, also learn to cook. I can't believe how many people I've seen. I can't. How am I going to eat?
Yeah, I find that appalling.
Make some scrambled eggs, motherfucker.
But how do we get them from the chickens?
Some jackass just puts an egg in a frying pan and is rolling it around. How come it's not turning yellow?
I don't understand. Yeah, people are kind of dumb. Well, there are people that just eat fish tank cleaner. So,
I mean, you're not wrong.
We're encouraging these people with those warning labels.
Oh, man. And of course, COVID is gendered. Did you see this fucking woman popped up on Twitter yesterday?
It's just a matter of time before the intersectionalists figured out a way to make this somehow bigoted.
We read a story about it probably a week and a half ago. But this is I don't know who she is, but she's giving a speech somewhere telling us, don't forget that this is a gendered disease.
Well, of course it is.
I'm not doing the right accent. I think she's Indian, dot, not feather, or something like that. And she gives this Undoomed, my friend. How are you?
Hold on, let me just get my mic here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Cool. What you talking about?
Well,
there's always a nice delay there.
We're just diving into the genderedness of COVID-19.
Ah, that video. The Australian chick.
Is that what she is? Why does she sound so Indian?
Oh, well, I guess they have their own indigenous population. Could be.
Oh, maybe she's an Abo. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. But no, there was an article we read about it maybe a week and a half ago. We saw it again pop up just in a regular tweet maybe 3 days ago or 4 days ago. Now this bitch. And here's how it is, you guys. See, the original article we read, this was the more men die, but women most affected.
Exactly. That's exactly.
It was a Bloomberg article that basically said that. I'm like, oh, are you fucking my? Do we have to make even this about that?
Yeah, and they were saying it unironically too.
Yeah, no, this isn't a joke.
Yeah,
it's not like the God Emperor stuff.
No, that was unironical. But I tweeted it out. Basically, just used that exact quote. But of course, it was ironical.
And for those of you who are wondering, how could it be gendered? Well, you see, most nurses and cleaning people and cashiers and who else? Anyway, most of these professions are done by women. Therefore, it is a gendered disease. No,
yes,
it's not.
because women survive.
The disease isn't fucking patriarchal, you dumb motherfucker. It's a disease.
Yeah, but it is true that it kills more men.
It is, absolutely. It does. It hates us for some reason. It's a matriarchal disease.
We always die first. That's the way it is. So when there's a disease, we die even sooner.
Well, we tend to not take as good a care of ourselves.
Well, it is also genetic.
Well, yeah. In China, they think one of the reasons the male population was dying so much is because of how much they smoke. Men chain smoke over there.
There's that. But generally, in terms of disease, it's, just the way it is.
Undoomed, have you ever met Jack?
Yeah, we met once.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just like to make sure introductions are done.
Yeah, nice talking to you again.
Good seeing you.
Becca says men do dumb things, to be fair. We do.
Of course, we do the Darwin Awards for sure.
But that's why you have buildings that are 100 stories tall.
Yeah.
We're dumb enough to be up there.
Why the fuck do you think people build skyscrapers and bridges? There's always some chick they want to impress somewhere.
Indeed.
True.
It's like, look at how big his skyscraper is.
Look at that. Just imagine how big my dick is.
Did you see the bulge in his skyscraper? Oh, wait, that one was built by a woman. That's not nice. What you been up to, man?
I've just been working my ass off.
Are you essential personnel right now?
Not essential, but my day job isn't affected by this. So,
fair enough.
I mean, I do my film editing. That's my day job. So,
I finally remembered. I'm glad we just brought that up. You said editing. I finally remembered what it was that they snuck into the bill that came from the Pelosi side of things. There's actually
the Art Center.
The Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts is getting a fucking bailout.
What?
$25 million.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's very essential.
I was like, you got to be shitting me.
Nothing brings us together in a time of crisis like wasting money on the arts.
Yeah. Like, sure, if you divide that by the population, it'd probably be 10 cents, but still, let's not throw money straight into the fire.
Yeah, can we maybe give it to like the guys making the N95 masks instead?
Yeah. I'm sure
Probably
they
not,
could.
no.
Probably they could come up with a couple of masks for $25 million.
Yeah, I have no issue if you want to donate to the arts, but I don't think that ballet performance is going to keep me alive.
No,
but it'll make you feel better as you die.
They didn't do anything for Hollywood.
Gamer Valine, thank you so much. I feel oppressed by the media butting in on my behalf. I would like to be throwing knife hands everywhere with these people. Like, who's oppressed now, bitch? You are a feisty one. Yeah, didn't they wanted some money for Hollywood and it got turned down, or that was one of the things like, no, but they did it for the Kennedy Center still.
Yeah, exactly. That's weird. Like, okay, if you want to entertain the masses and, bread and circuses and all that, maybe do a Marvel movie. I don't know.
Do you know how many people are going to be cured when they're all packed together in the Kennedy Center to watch the Kennedy Center honors?
Oh, yeah, that's like a faith healing thing.
Indeed, yeah. Somebody will be up there. You can all walk.
Demons, be gone.
So YouTube or Spotify don't get your money? No, not that I'm aware of. Most of the money in this bill is either coming directly to us or going to, theoretically, if they do it how they're supposed to, small businesses to make sure they can maintain payroll, which is something
Spotify's Swedish.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so fuck the Swedes, man. Fuck them. What do I care? And YouTube, they got my ad money. They can fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, they should be up. Everyone's home watching shit. They shouldn't need a bailout.
Everybody's home watching shit except for their people who are supposed to be judging our videos. Apparently, they can't watch from home. Yeah,
that's interesting because I hear they do that anyway.
Did you see that goddamn video where he explained why they can't just work from home?
No.
There's some systems they can't log into from home.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a stupid argument. Of course, you can just fix that.
Anybody who believes that, from Google, the biggest tech company on the planet, are you out of your fucking mind? All they do is deal with fucking video to people's homes and shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's retarded. They obviously can just set up whatever sort of super NASA encryption VPN they want.
Yeah. If they could do it from my old job, which was actually a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for here? Needed to be a lot more secure. They could do it for these assholes to watch our videos and go yes or no.
Yeah, they don't even have to do anything. They could just log in normally and have access to a yes and a no button.
Yeah, but at home, if they watch something offensive, they won't have a safe space to run to.
James asks, how many more respirators could Cuomo find for $25 million? No shit. I did see Trump 2 days ago. What was it? 10,000 respirators are on the way. So respirators are coming. A little bit slow. Sorry about that, you guys. Yeah, I just wish, look, Google, don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. I have no doubt that this is part of them going, you know what? This would be a great time to just let the algorithm do it. To just switch over to that.
Skynet's coming online. Do you have a Streamlabs link you could give Stark?
I don't have a Streamlabs.
He's getting it for you, Nuts. You don't have a Streamlabs?
No.
How do you, of all people, not have a Streamlabs? People would give you money hand over fist. They'd be like, take my money, senpai.
What is, I don't know. You mean just to get around the 30%, or why do you use it?
It's partially that, but partially you get your money immediately. You can use it like now.
It goes right to your PayPal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why I use it. I use it for the immediacy.
I guess I should look it up, but I don't have one right now.
Look into it, man. It's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Faithless says he'd have to worry about doxing himself. That's true. If you do set one up on Doom, you have to set up a PayPal account in a as a business.
Mm-hmm.
And because if you set up a PayPal account yourself, then when people donate to you, they will get your information.
Mm-hmm. They'll get your name and your email.
Yeah.
My name's already out there, so I didn't bother.
Right. Well, I already have an offshore corporate account with PayPal.
Yeah, when people get mine, it says Ranting Monkey Inc.
Right.
But and Nuts is kind. She drops the link in the chat for us, and anybody who comes on, she'll add theirs to the roll. So she was asking for that reason.
Right. That's cool. Yeah, I should get one. It's certainly smart to screw YouTube out of 30%.
Yeah, I can't believe that they can't do it for less than 30%. Those fuckers. It's still better than the 40 they take from videos, guys.
Yeah, see, Mr. Dex just pointed out that my real name is Max Sexhammer. This is only my adult career.
That's a good porn name.
Look into it, Undoomed. It pays for Monkey's ramen every month. Yes, it does.
It's got to be some expensive ramen.
Over on Twitter, Alex said, MundaneMatt wrong. In other news, rain is wet. Yeah. Why is he bringing that fucking video up again? MundaneMatt put out a video blaming Trump for that idiot who ate fish cleaner. And
I didn't hear about that.
Oh, you didn't hear about this? Trump comes out and he says that the government or that there's doctors who are working with this drug called chloroquine that is a malaria treatment that may help with coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
And some idiot and his wife decided to eat some that is part of fish tank cleaner because it has chloroquine in it. Chloroquine, however you say the damn thing.
Anything that has the word cleaner in it, probably shouldn't eat that.
Especially when it has a giant orange sticker on the package that says not for human consumption. The guy died. And
not surprising. That's usually what happens when you eat something with cleaner on it.
Yeah, the lady is all fucked up right now. She's survived so far, but they've been able to. I still think it's a murder plot.
Yeah, this sounds investigation discovery to me.
Yeah,
I think she took a smaller spoonful than he did.
She took just enough to get sick, but not enough to die.
Yeah.
It's like that lady that tampered with the aspirin in the 80s.
Yeah.
yeah. That's funny.
I think they need to look into her search history and see if she searched anything about how much to take.
Yeah, because every time, how it is with alcohol, women are twice as affected by alcohol. But all of a sudden, with poisons, they can take a shitload.
Yeah. Well,
how's that work?
Their natural meanness. They go together.
How's that work?
Also, antifreeze tastes sweet. I've heard that, but I'm never going to taste it.
Yeah, I'm not going to try it.
But yeah, so because Trump had said this, they decided it's his fault this guy died. And when the story first broke about him dying, most of the stories didn't put in the headline or even at the top of the story that this idiot ate fish cleaner instead of going to a doctor and being prescribed the medicine. It's just, guy takes medicine Trump mentions and dies.
Well, in that case, it's Iran's fault. Well, they were the first who mentioned that.
Were they? I didn't realize that they had been.
Yeah. There was some crazy doctor in Iran who said they could you could use that. I was like, wow, that's weird with malaria because that's not really the same thing. But I didn't think much of it at the time. I figured, okay, they're probably bullshitting Iran. What the hell, right? So I guess it panned out then, huh?
We have a small clinical trial going on here. Well, several actually. And we also have all kinds of different drugs they're trying on this. But since this idiot died, it's like, he killed him. Like, no, he didn't, you fuck nut. I'm trying to relax.
Yeah.
Man, that annoys me.
People who win the Darwin Award, that's on them.
Right?
Well,
yeah.
We've gotten to a part in our society where we protect too many people. I'm not going to lie. You need to take the warnings off capes, people.
I've been saying this for years, man. Take the labels off of charcoal. Let people suffocate in their tents because they're dumb. That's their own fault. Plastic bags shouldn't need a label on it saying, don't let kids play with this.
Well, I'm okay with that one just because it's not the kids' fault if they're
Well, it's not even that, right? I mean, it's much more labels on them, probably. Like, can cause suffocation. You think?
Yeah, exactly. Like the thing with the capes that this does not let you fly, and come on, at some point it's just getting silly. And if you don't know enough not to take fish tank cleaner, you probably have it coming. I'm sorry.
Now, speaking of having it,
otherwise we will never get any evolution if we can't weed out the fuckheads.
Yeah, the dummy dumbs need to slow down. There's too many of them.
Yeah.
Mr. Dax says, I'm pretty sure the bottle had a childproof cap.
I don't know if it's fish cleaner, maybe. I don't know.
The last story that I knew I needed to talk about tonight. Joseph Biden. We have to discuss Joe.
Oh, is he sticking things in his butt again?
No. Joe was accused of sexual harassment.
I saw that trending, but I didn't look into it.
Early on in the campaign, this woman came out and accused him of sexual harassment. And the reason she did so was because another woman said that when she was getting ready to do a speech with Joe Biden sniffed and kissed her hair. And everybody's like, there's no way that happened. And so this woman's like, I have to come out and tell my story. So she told this story. This is the story she told at the time. Mm-hmm. Back in 1993, she worked for Joe Biden's office. And at the time, he would sometimes touch her shoulder and sometimes run his finger down her neck. And that she got blacklisted in the office there and ended up going to have to work in a small windowless office because Joe Biden wanted her to serve drinks at an event because she had nice legs and she didn't want to do it. Mm-hmm. That's her whole story. Back last year at the beginning of the campaign.
Wait. You said it was in 90?
93.
93.
It's way back when Joe was a senator.
So this is 30 years ago almost.
Yep. Now, she went on a podcast and stories changed a little bit. That might shock you. A Me Too story changing a little bit.
Mm.
Her new story is that all of that stuff happened, but one night she was asked to take a gym bag down to Joe Biden in the gym where he was working out or something. And she's looking around for him, and she finds him in this small, secluded hallway area where he pushes her up against the wall and kisses her and fingers her.
So he's also grabbing the pussy.
Grabbed her by the pussy, yes. And then, as he's walking away from her, and this is the part where she completely lost me, because I'm still like, come on, really? She says that he pointed at her. He pointed a finger at her. She did not say if it was the same finger, and said, "You mean nothing to me," and he left.
Okay. Let me tell you how this really happened, because I believe the scenario may have happened, and he forgot it because he's got dementia. He was in the hallway, didn't know who this woman was. She came up to him with a bag that he thought was full of human hair that he could sniff. Because, as I've said before, he's a hair vampire, and that's how he survives, is the youthful scent of fresh hair. And he thought, well, this woman's got a bag full of hair. I wonder what else she has. Maybe she's got a gun. So he was patting her down, got down to her crotch, and was like, hey, there's hair down here. I could sniff that. Accidentally slipped a finger in. And then he was like, okay, this is getting weird. So he starts to walk away, and he's like, I got to tell this lady that just because she's my dealer now doesn't mean anything. So then he pointed and said, you mean nothing to me, because he could get his hair anywhere.
I like your story.
Thanks. Just keep up with that.
Creative.
But
they get bored easy.
It's more credible than her fucking story.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really care what happened 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, the newspaper I read it in, I forget which one it was, they verified that she told her brother and a friend at the time.
Oh yeah, those aren't people that'll have a reason to lie for.
Mm-hmm.
I love that there's always this person, there's always someone they told at the time 30 years ago that never came out.
I'd be more inclined to believe her if she was like, yeah, we were in an elevator together and he just started sniffing me. That's much more believable for Joe Biden than him finger banging.
I have no problem seeing him sniffing her.
Yeah.
That's like, he does that to every fucking woman on the planet that he can get his hands on, you know, what the hell?
Yeah, which in a lot of ways is creepier than grabbing someone's ass.
Well,
yeah, it does seems to be like not just a normal thing. It seems to be a fetish for him.
Yeah, his sniffing thing. Yeah, it's really weird.
I'm telling you, hair vampire.
But how do you go from he sniffed me? She doesn't even claim he sniffed her. He just touched her shoulder and her neck. To I forgot the best part of that. The person that was hosting the podcast, I don't know which one it was, had to get the woman to admit what Joe's final words were. Like he had to pull it out of her. She didn't want to say that part about him pointing at her, because it's caused her so much stress, you guys. Him saying, you mean nothing to me, with apparently the vaginal covered finger.
Yeah, the vaginal secretions all over the finger.
I have to see this woman to see what her hair looks like, because the touching the neck thing, you may have been just trying to get at her long, luscious locks.
Gamer Valine, thank you. Joe sniffing was once too close to the camera and seems to project into the safe space of my home. I feel violated. Want to run with that. More believable than her story. And she seriously lost me on that last part, that he why would he point at you and say that? There's no reason to.
Yeah, it sounds weird even for him.
Now, if you said, I said, get off me, and he got angry and said that, okay. But according to her, she just kind of stood there and took it. She actually says, I let him, when he finished his thing. Finished his thing. That's all right.
That's weird.
It's when the tendrils come out of his nose that look like nose hairs. Those are actual tendrils that grab fresh virgin hair and pull inside so he can achieve immortality. I've got this all worked out. Just nobody believes me.
I think you put too much thought into it.
I have a lot of time on my hands.
I know you do.
Yeah, I just think he's a hair pervert.
Yeah,
he's one of those guys that used to, back in the day when there were porn shops, he would surf in there in the porn shop for the German porn with the extra hairy girls.
Oh yeah. Well, this also blew up because I forget the group, guys, but there's one of these Me Too groups, hashtag something or other, that she supposedly went to for help, because that's what they're there for. They're to help women fund their accusations against men. And they said they couldn't do it because they're a nonprofit organization and he's running for federal office. Time's up. Yes, thank you, Faithless. That's what it is. Time's up.
Okay.
They told her that they can't do it.
Is that, I don't know the rules.
And then the other part, and of all of the stuff we've said so far, this is the one that makes me laugh the most. She claims that when she originally came out with the shoulder touching and the neck fingering, that the reason she backed off, the reason she stopped telling her story, is because people accused her of being an agent for Putin.
I thought you said it was 30 years ago.
No. When she did it earlier this year, or last year, earlier in the campaign, she backed off because people claimed that she worked for Putin.
Well, people better lay off the fucking Putin shit.
That makes no goddamn sense.
It's like a drug.
But we should all believe her because she hates Trump and she really was worried about coming out with this stuff because Biden could beat Trump. Like, oh, this story has so many fucking twists and turns.
I mean, it's inevitable that some of the hardcore Democrats are going to call her a Putin agent.
That's probably.
For sure.
Yeah.
But it's funny watching them argue with each other about believe women.
That's a tough one.
I stand with Tara. Her name is Tara Reid, believe it or not. Not the Tara Reid. It's READE.
I look forward to the movie version that'll be like JFK. It'll be like back and to the left.
Yeah, the Oliver Stone version of this. Can we just have one of these fucking things that's actually got a believable story?
No, because most of these people are liars.
I mean,
yeah.
I saw somebody just the other day bringing up E. Jean Carroll again. Like, this woman has the most unbelievable story I've ever heard in a rape scenario.
Which one of them was that?
This is the one who claims that back in the 90s, Donald Trump raped her in a dressing room in the middle of a high-end clothing store.
Oh.
And in her story, she claims that they were standing up. She was wearing tights that he had pulled down. Her legs were together, and he got his dick in somehow. I don't think so.
They all keep saying he has such a small dick. They all keep saying he's got such a small dick, too. So how does that work?
And the angle she described it at was just unrealistic. It sounded like the most contorted bad porno ever.
Well, it's like when Zoe Quinn came out with the accusations against that poor bastard who ended up killing himself. He used to just grab me and drag me around the room by my pussy. Like, not without you agreeing to it.
Well, maybe she's really dry.
All you'd have to do is pull your butt back a little. Unless he's like got a fucking claw on you. And even then, to get it in there, for fuck's sake. Gamer Valine, thank you so much. Does Jack mean virgin in undyed or virgin person? I'll dye the shit out of my hair to avoid roots if needed.
Oh, undyed. He prefers undyed hair.
Undyed hair. There you go.
Yeah, the chemicals, fuck with his internals. There's a hair fire.
Massive, exactly. E. Jean, rape is sexy, Carol. This is the woman who went on Anderson Cooper and said, I think most people think rape is sexy. And he went, what?
She also told him, you're really nice to talk to.
Yeah.
This is the weirdest interview.
Anderson, he thought he had the scoop of a lifetime. And he starts out the thing, adding to the list of 14 or 15 credible rape accusations against, or sexual assault accusations against Donald Trump is E. Jean Carroll, and we're going to talk to her. And they have this conversation where she describes it all and talks about it. And they're getting ready to go to break. And she actually said the line about she thinks most people think rape is sexy. He's like, what? He goes, yeah, no, we're going to go to commercial. We'll bring you back right after this. And she goes, good.
Did he have like a visible sinking feeling?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's a wonderful moment.
Yeah, you can see it.
And then after the break, after he promised to have her back, she was gone. Oddly.
Whoopsie.
And she went on another show where she made a just as big of an ass of herself. And most people were like, oh, this bitch is crazy. But there's still a small group of people who are like, she's telling the truth, you guys. Like, no. And this all comes from a book, Undoomed. She had just published a book, or was just getting ready to publish a book. Surprise. Where she lists 10 times throughout her life that she's been sexually assaulted. The very first one started with a kid that she used to play with when she was a child, who used to ram shit up there and make her hold it in. Like, okay, what? And then they would play with fire and throw hot or burning coals at each other's hair. Like, what?
Normal kid shit, you know.
Yeah.
There was a Girl Scout leader at the Girl Scout camp who felt her up, and she said no, and then the next year he wouldn't even look at her. Like, bitch, you crazy. You have that bitch is crazy. She needs to be in therapy. In a room she's not allowed to be out of. But there's because it's against Donald Trump, of course. Yay, it must be true.
Well, I mean, you could say anything. You could get 10,000 people stand up and say they believe in aliens right now.
Yeah.
Don't doubt the reptilian overlords, man.
No, but those are real.
Yeah, that's for real.
Don't get him started. You're gonna get me Alex Jones off this platform.
That's because they're listening from the hollow earth.
Just one of these stories, if you could make it believable, at all believable. You know, like Juanita Broderick's story. Oh, wait, we don't talk about her. I am curious to see, because it's amazing that completely fell off my Twitter. You're talking about a woman who's basically claiming to be digitally raped, and it was only a big thing for like 4 hours.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I think they all sort of went down the Putin rabbit hole there pretty quickly. I just saw it trending, and I just checked the hashtag for like 1 minute, and I could already see like, okay, now they're attacking Alicia Milano or whatever.
Alyssa Milano, yes.
Yeah. Now they're attacking her because she hasn't supported this, and okay, it's going to be civil war for a couple hours there, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's a good point. She has been. She was really what's the word I'm looking for here? Ridiculously fanatical about the Brett Kavanaugh thing, about how you just have to believe women have to. She did one of the dumbest things I've ever seen on Twitter. In one moment, she uploads a video at the same time of the Kavanaugh hearing, where somebody had made a video of all these powerful men who were accused of rape and how they get away with this shit. One of the men in the video was Bill Clinton. Her very next tweet said, "I love Bill Clinton." It's like,
what?
Did you really just do that? Did you not pay attention to that
why
video?
Would you? Was that like her assistant made the video and she just uploaded it for her?
No, she's an idiot. She really is. She's dumb as hell. A few years ago, she would have been a bedroom feminist. She's just a hardcore lefty, and she will parrot whatever the relevant talking point is at the time.
Right, but I mean, I guess she is kind of a bedroom feminist, just with, you know, a personal assistant, a lawyer, and an agent.
Yeah. And Indeed. She's got the whole makeup, the stuff that other bedroom feminists didn't get.
Yeah. publicist, makeup artist, everything.
Alyssa Milano is irrelevant. She told all women to withhold sex for some dumb reason. Oh shit! What was the reason for that?
Oh yeah, I don't remember the reason. I just remember that it happened or it didn't happen.
Yeah, I remember
Isn't
that.
The Women's March or something.
I can't remember the reason.
I think wasn't it just if you elect Trump, then you can't have sex or something. I don't know.
Probably.
Oh, it was over the abortion thing. That's what it was. The abortion law in Georgia.
Right,
That's why it was so stupid.
Right.
Because it's like you're telling women not to have sex because you can't have abortions. I feel like that's a talking point the people who tell you to abstain from sex would make. Like, why we can't have abortions? Well, don't fuck. There you go.
Backwards.
Problem solved. But she thought she was so smart with that.
Yeah.
She always does. I love fucking with her because she's dumb as shit. She's been a lot quieter lately. I still think she's going to be running for Congress, guys. I'm telling you.
But I like her friend better. I like her friend better, Rose McGowan.
Oh God,
because she's a train wreck. I mean, I think probably Milano has like a couple of brain cells left, though. But Rose McGowan, she's fried them all. They're all gone.
I look at Alyssa Milano as somebody who's just growing up. She grew up in Hollywood, so she didn't have a normal, progression.
Mm-hmm.
And she's coming out of that a lot, and she's trying to be more political. So this is the first time she's really getting into politics. And a lot of people, when they first get into politics, do go left.
Mm-hmm.
And so, to me, she looks like a 19-year-old kid who's just getting into this shit. Rose McGowan looks like the kind of person that would talk to you while drawing all over her face with her lipstick. That bitch is crazy.
She's absolutely crazy. She's fried her brain. I mean, remember when she got caught with cocaine and she tried to explain it in court that it was agents from Harvey Weinstein sent out agents to her plane and placed the bags in her hand luggage inside the plane.
I feel like Harvey Weinstein's dick makes women crazy.
Well, she had sex with that dude. Come on.
Evil One says I would still tap Rose, though. I would. She looks like hell now, man.
Yeah. That may have been true 15 years ago.
Yeah. When she was younger and before she shaved her fucking head, she was cute.
Yeah, but that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Oh, and she fried her brain. I don't know, probably more than coke, probably crystal meth and the whole deal.
Easily.
James Colley pointed out in chat that Sean King did come out and say that he believes Tara of her accusations. So that's all the proof I need is Sean King. Talcum X himself.
Sean King believes he's black.
Yeah, he believes anything.
Yeah, I have to sell him some UFO insurance later.
Yeah.
You probably could, man. He's dumb as fuck. She got away with statutory rape. No. That was Asia Argento. That was Asia, the other head of the Me Too movement.
Yeah. There's a third one, right?
Yeah, she was caught busted banging a 17-year-old boy, and in California you have to be 18.
Yep.
And then it just went away. No problem.
Right. I remember that. Yeah, exactly. It just went away.
So, I mean, this is what I was talking about with celebrities and the politicians. I've been talking about this a bit lately. Did you see what happened with Andrew Gillum, the guy who had run for governor down in Florida? Recently busted in a hotel room with a male hooker who was ODing on meth. There was a bunch of meth in the room. He was visibly inebriated, and they let him go. They didn't even check to see if he was high. And the police's reasoning for letting him go is that even though there was crystal meth all over that room, invisible, plain sight, nobody was physically holding it.
Now,
wow.
To be fair,
I wonder if they will apply that in cops when no one's holding it in the car.
Yeah. It's not in your possession.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, this happened in Florida, right?
It did.
Yeah, that's probably isn't even the weirdest thing they saw that day. So
yeah,
at least
he
wasn't trying to fuck an alligator or something.
Exactly.
Thank you, Havoc. Asia Argento, wasn't that the nun chick from High School DxD? I don't know.
Well, she's definitely an actress. I don't remember what she was in.
Yeah, she's an actress, and if I've seen her in anything, I couldn't tell you.
She was in Triple X with Vin Diesel. She played the chick.
Yeah.
And she's been in a ton of horror movies. Her dad's a horror movie director in Italy.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. But yeah,
Exactly.
she's a dirty whore who banged kids. So if your teacher's not doing it, kids, give Asia a call.
Give acting a try. Somebody
Give acting a try.
Give acting a try out.
Good God.
It's all you hear nowadays. All these people are just banging kids and shit.
Yeah, they need to stop. That's not what kids are for, you fucking weirdos.
No, they're crazy.
It's another one of those things I feel like we shouldn't have to say.
You'd think so, but
I guess I put too much faith in the biological imperative to just do what you're biologically programmed to, but apparently the programming fucks up with a lot of it. As soon as you get into acting, something happens.
It's amazing what drugs will do for you.
Yeah, there's that.
Greg says, wasn't she Anthony Bourdain's girlfriend? Yes, she was. And there's some people who think that her dumping him led to him killing himself. So I don't know. She's a flighty cunt. That's all I know.
I'm sure she was very annoying, but that's still on him for killing himself.
Yeah. And she is an aging Italian woman, so she's probably got a lot of hair.
Yeah,
that's true. Maybe she goes straight to Biden.
You could sniff any part of her body and be fine. If Trump has to say don't drink fish tank cleaner, then perhaps you shouldn't say don't diddle kids. Or you should say don't diddle kids. I get your point there, but no. Trump shouldn't have to say don't drink fish tank cleaner. Why are you bringing that up again, Dax? Are you trying to keep me pissed off? I got to sleep sometime soon. Oh, that fucking video. God. Let's see. Asia blamed her getting caught with a 17-year-old on him. I thought he died before she got caught with that. I can't remember.
Yeah,
everything just runs together after a while.
People talking about so much shit.
People talking about the stream, if it's buffering. It's not me, guys. That's on YouTube's end. There is a rumor out there that YouTube has throttled things. So
I know Netflix has.
Yeah, I know Netflix did. But I don't know for sure. I haven't read it. That's why I say rumor, guys. I haven't confirmed it, but that they've throttled things. So maybe turn down the settings you're watching on.
Yeah, lower the video quality.
That's the words I was looking for.
Yeah, because it sounds fine here. So if it's buffering, then it's YouTube, not our streaming here.
Gamer Valine again, thank you so much. 10 years ago, raping a 12-year-old was an activity strictly reserved for Call of Duty on Xbox Live.
Jeez.
Oh, fuck. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. Oh, man. Yeah, guys, I am going to have to wrap up here because I need to get my ass to bed. I've slept so much and not slept at all. I hate this shit.
What does that mean?
I don't actually get much sleep when I lay down and sleep. I've been in the last 48 hours, I've probably been in my bed for about 25 of them. And I'm not sleeping very well.
Right.
Terry, thank you so much. My fish tank is getting pretty dirty. Which prescription medication should I put in it? None.
Try the quinine.
Oh, God. With that, you guys, I am going to wrap up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming and hanging out tonight. Sorry about the Matt video. I had to vent because that was fucking retarded. But thank you for coming, hanging out. Thank you so much for the donations. You guys are very generous, and I appreciate it. Jack, anything you'd like to shill tonight?
I'll throw a link to my newest video in. Thanks for the donations, guys. It really helps.
Undoomed, thanks for joining us. Anything you'd like to shill?
No. Just the usual. Follow me on Twitter and subscribe on YouTube and all that. Nice stuff.
Tonight we will be on Satsu 2
That's
Cents
it.
for Lords of the Night, 9 p.m. Eastern time, and then I'll probably do another game stream after that because it's our regular game stream night off. So come check that out. It's always a lot of fun. I'm 25 away from my 1,000 on my game channel, people. Oh, getting so close to Susan telling me to go fuck myself. I'm looking forward to it. Chat, thanks for coming. Jack, Undoom, thank you guys for joining me. Everybody, enjoy your Thursday. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Say bye, guys.
Take care.
This is the end of the show.